Like sometimes the heart wants what it shouldn't, and the closer someone is, the harder it is to resist. What if the one you're drawn to is the last person you should ever fall for? This is my story, a story of love, longing, and breaking the rules. Hi, I'm Lily, and I'm about to tell you a story I've never shared with anyone. It's about Ethan and me. Ethan, my stepbrother. I know what you're thinking, and trust me, I've thought it too. But sometimes, life throws you into situations where right and wrong blur. And the only thing that feels real is the connection you can't ignore. Our parents got married when I was 19 and Ethan was 21. We were old enough to not feel like kids being forced into a new family, but still young enough that the transition was awkward. Ethan was everything I wasn't. Confident, outgoing, the life of every room he walked into. I, on the other hand, was quieter, more reserved. It's not that I didn't like people, I just didn't light up around them the way he did. First, we were polite. Pass the salt, good morning. What are your plans this weekend? Small talk. But slowly we started to click. We'd stay up late in the kitchen talking about music, movies, and the absurdity blending two completely different families. It felt natural, like we'd known each other forever. And that's where the trouble began. It was a rainy afternoon. Our parents were out running errands, leaving us alone in the house. The power went out, and we were left with nothing but candlelight and the sound of rain against the windows. Ethan suggested a game to pass the time, truth or dare. I should have known better. But his smile was impossible to resist. All right, I said. Truth or dare? He chose truth. I grinned. Have you ever felt like this whole step-sibling thing made things harder than it should be? He hesitated, his confident exterior faltering for just a moment. Then he nodded. Yeah, a lot harder. I laughed nervously, trying to brush it off, but my heart was racing. When it was my turn, he dared me to share a secret I'd never told anyone. I didn't even think. I just blurted it out. I've always felt like we understand each other better than anyone else. It's weird, but in a good way. His eyes locked on mine. The air between us shifted, charged with something unspoken. We didn't cross any lines that day, but the lines were drawn and we both knew it. After that day, everything felt different. Every glance lasted a second too long. Every accidental touch lingered in my mind, and every laugh we shared felt like a secret. The next big moment happened at a family barbecue. Everyone was busy chatting and eating, and Ethan and I found ourselves alone on the back porch. He was leaning on the railing, staring out at the sunset, and I joined him without saying a word. I rested my head on his shoulder, just for a moment. But even that small act felt monumental. He said softly, if things were different. Maybe you weren't my stepsister. I looked up at him, my heart pounding. Maybe. He smiled, but there was a sadness in his eyes. No, maybe about it. I'd be all in. I didn't know what to say. Part of me wanted to laugh it off, to pretend he was joking. But another part of me wanted to tell him I felt the same way. For weeks, we tried to act like nothing had changed. But the tension was unbearable. One night, after a stupid argument about whose turn it was to do the dishes, everything came spilling out. Why do we keep pretending this isn't happening? Ethan demanded, his voice louder than it needed to be. Because it's wrong. I shot back. We're family, Ethan. We're not blood, he countered. And this isn't about family. It's about us. I wanted to argue, but I couldn't. Because he was right. It wasn't about our parents or what people would think. It was about the way my heart raced whenever he walked into the room. The way his smile could light up my darkest days. The way being with him felt more right than anything else ever had. The breaking point came during a family trip to a cabin in the woods. Everyone else went hiking, leaving Ethan and me alone. We were sitting by the fireplace, the warmth of the flames making the tension between us even more unbearable. He turned to me, his expression serious. "Lily, I'm done pretending. I'm done trying to fight this." I wanted to argue, to push him away, but I couldn't, because I didn't want to fight it either. He leaned in, and before I knew it, his lips were on mine. The kiss was soft but electric, a culmination of every unsaid word and every unspoken feeling. It wasn't just a kiss, it was a confession, a promise, and a plea all at once. We didn't go further than that, but that kiss changed everything. After that weekend, we knew we couldn't keep this secret forever. We had to make a choice. Either end whatever this was before it went too far, or find a way to navigate the impossible. "What do we do now?" I asked him one night. He took my hand, his grip firm but gentle. "We figure it out. Together." I didn't know what the future held for us. I didn't know if we'd make it, or if the weight of our choices would tear us apart. But for the first time in a long time, I felt like I was exactly where I was supposed to be. So what do you think? Can love ever justify breaking the rules? Would you fight for a connection that felt this real, or walk away to protect your family? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're into stories that explore the gray areas of love and life, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next story.